What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today is the day. I am so excited about this video today. I can't even tell you. Today we are finally going to be installing the elephant in the room, the Low Rider ST fairing for the Street Bob, mind you, made by Advanblack. So we'll go over what's included, what else you need that's not included. We'll weigh some stuff for those of you who are concerned about the weight, and then we'll just get to tearing it down and building it back up. All right, so let's do this. Okay, so as far as what you get, obviously you get the fairing, inner and outer. This is the bracket here that we're going to be installing it on. All the hardware. This is, I think, for the bottom of the bracket. This is for if you're running the OEM headlight, if I'm not mistaken. These are turning signal wire extensions, and this is the headlight wire extension. You also get these guys. They go on the side, little wind deflectors. And in this box, it's just the trim ring for the stock. It's just the mounting thing for the stock headlight, so you get that too. We're not concerned with that. We have the rigid headlight on the Street Bob, so that means I need the bracket for that light for this fairing. And so I did go to KleenMoto once again, and I had them send me the Low Rider ST fairing mount for the rigid light. I'll show you that in a second. And so, because I know a lot of people are concerned about weight on their motorcycles and stuff, I did weigh everything out. The fairing is about 18 pounds-ish. All of the hardware that you see here was about another 5, so figure close to 25 total. So for those of you concerned, that's what it is. I do have, they send you a 10-inch. I got this smoked. I'll show you that at the end of the video when we're ready to put this on. So let me show you what else you need to go with this to do the install on your Street Bob. Okay, so there's 2 ways to do the install when you're selecting the product when you purchase it. One is if you have a crash bar, in particular theirs, you can go the route I did and get these fairing support brackets directly from Harley. I'll show you the part number right here. Pick that up. And if you're running a rigid headlight like myself, this is the bracket from KleenMoto, and this is the trim ring. Take up the extra space in here. So that's pretty much everything. I'm gonna take the fairing off, take the light off, and just start hammering it out. Okay, so real quick, I've got the Memphis Shades fairing off. I've unplugged my rigid headlight. I've got the gas tank bolt loose because we're gonna have to lift the tank. I do have to move my turning signals. I'm worried that the fairing will block them, so I don't want to figure that out later, so I'm just gonna move them. And basically the idea is simple. You just peel off this rubber thing, unplug your turning signals. If you have stock bars, they go through the stock bars. For me, I have these OG Moto risers, so I will just feed it up here, and hopefully I don't have to depin the connector and I can just gently pull it out, but at worst I have to depin the connector and go that route. So what I will do is loosen these up here and here so I can start pulling the wires out. So day 27. I got the turning signal wires out. I did have to depin it to fish it through, but I repinned the connector. These connectors aren't that bad when it comes to that. If you come over here, I'll show you. These are the turning signal extension wires that Advanblack provides. So there's one on this side, one on that side for either turning signal, and then over here, after you mount the inner fairing, the actual turning signal will plug into here. So we'll clear this over, we'll put the neck on. I took the old tank bolt out, they supply another one that's actually longer to compensate for the frame being there as well. So we'll switch that over, and then it'll be time to disassemble the fairing itself. All right, so here are the two bolts. The one with the acorn nut is stock. The one from Advanblack is longer to make up for the thickness here of the frame. I'm gonna slide this in. If you look over here, I've got just a little rag just to line up the hole here. Just frees up a hand here, and then all these wires go to the outside of the frame. All right, so fun fact, the bolt they gave me did not fit through the hole for the gas tank. So this is the stock bolt and acorn. I just took the washer out on this side just to give it more length to pass through. Seems to be solid, seems to be good, so we're gonna run with that for now. If you can see the wires, there's a little cut in the frame right here. Put the wires through there. This is for my rigid headlight and just the turn signal extension. So now we go to the fairing, and we split it so we can mount it. All right, over here you have 6 up top, and then on either side in the rear, there are 2 more, here and here, there and there. So I'll take these off and we'll split the fairing. And there you go. Not sure what to do with those yet. All right. So right here, you see these little points here. There's a slot right on the inside of the fairing here. That's just gonna rest right up there. I think. Okay, there you go. Okay, with the inner fairing hanging on these little wings here, I'm gonna line it up with these holes. You have these 10mm screws, the blue Loctite, and just tighten them down. In order to use the rigid light, I bought the KleenMoto bracket. It's just gonna line up like this. They give you necessary spacers to replace this bolt with these, and then they give you this bolt or nut for the top size. So I'm just gonna put that in just like that. Okay, fun fact with the bolts that you get from KleenMoto here. I imagine they are designed to fit the Harley Davidson Low Rider ST bolt hose here, and perhaps it's a different size. And I'll tell you why. This is the bolt that I removed to fit this, and this is the bolt they give you, and it's clearly, and it's definitely not the same. This is way thicker. So I went to Home Depot, matched the bolt based on the thickness of this and the length of this, and so that's in there now. Next up, we're doing the fairing bracket and the turning signal here. I've already got it on. It's pretty simple. There's just a screw here that lines up with the hole, and a nut in the back, and this little clamp here, and real sturdy, real nice. Just gonna do the other side. Here's the parts already. All right, with the bracket on, we're ready to locate the turning signals. Just gonna need a 1/2 inch wrench, and you're gonna take this part off here. Okay, now that you have it off from the Advanblack kit, you have this button head, a washer, and a black spacer. Just gonna put a little bit of blue Loctite here, feed this wire through the hole. And that's how it's going to mount. All right, then we do the same thing on the other side. And now what we're going to do is feed the wire up like that. So they give you these little stickers with the wire ties so you can strap the turning signal on each side. Okay, time for the zip ties. So in proximity, put one there. Put one there. And then you're just gonna put one up here on each side. Wire comes from around the back, like this. All right, so you see I've got both turning signals wired and strapped. Cut the straps. These will plug into the extensions. And then after that, we'll put the outer fairing on, front headlight, and the windshield. Before you put the lower wing in, if you want to put these wings in, it just goes over like that. And you drop the screw. That's all. Yeah. Oh. And then you drop that. You ever hear the Ice Cream Man in January? Welcome to Florida. Okay, here's the windshield they provide. I think they say this is a 10-inch. There are these rubber grommets, and if you're freaking out right now because you have this, you're trying to do it. Mine were in the bag that the windshield was in, so it's just typical rubber grommets where you just push them halfway through, all around, and then use the old black bolts. Okay, so we're up to the headlight part. Again, I'm using a rigid with the KleenMoto rigid adapt headlight kit. Here's my rigid headlight. I did have to remove the front cover as well as these two side covers, and also the inner trim ring that came with the fairing itself. So this is just going to go in here, and rigid supplies themselves 2 bolts and some nuts to lock this in place here. All right, that was real fun. So I got the light on, stripped the housing. You do have this ring here that goes over it, and there are 3 holes in the standard headlight mount that you're just going to line them up to, and you just mount this up, and then once this is up, there's a magnetic ring that actually snaps on top of this. And then you got this cool little magnetic ring here. Just gotta find the right. Oh, there you go. Snaps right in. All right. All right, one final look. Got the rigid headlight, turning signals relocated. Everything's looking good up in here. I'll take it out and get you guys some footage outside so you can see this whole thing. It's night and it's kind of windy out there. I'm gonna take it out anyway, probably just to ride it around. I've been excited to do this all weekend. So overall, it isn't a hard job. You know, mine was a little different because the aftermarket headlight does add some complexities, especially when you're taking it off a previous fairing. Like I had this on the Memphis Shade, so that made everything take a little bit longer. But overall, the Advanblack fairing install was really straightforward. You could tell they really thought about the process from the neck to the wiring to everything. No problems there. The KleenMoto bracket, good. The only difficult part is the bolts for the light itself. And other than that, man, I'm super excited. I think it looks great. Let's get her on the road. Alright guys, so there you have it. I'm going to take this thing out for test rides, put it through its paces on the highway, in the street, and the next video will be a follow-up on how it's performing on the street, Bob. So I hope you like videos like this. If you do, please consider liking and subscribing. It certainly helps the channel out. We got more coming. So you guys stay safe out there, and I'll catch you on the next one.